Hey, this is Chris with Fit Over 40 in Dallas, and basically I help men and women over 40 feel younger, feel better, and live longer. And today I want to go over a topic, and it's going to be called, I'm going to call it, you might not have the right trainer. I'm going to give you 5 reasons why. But a quick story of why I decided to make this video. When I was 48 years old, I decided to try something new, just like everybody who's on my channel, always trying to get better. And I wanted to do more of the functional training. I wanted to learn how to do the athletic kind of training with the ropes and the kettlebells and the flipping tires. So I hired a trainer. He was basically the most recognized trainers around. So I went to him and he took me through an assessment. And I'll be honest with you, I was not sore the next day, I was physically injured. Now, what I found was during this assessment, number one, he did not do any kind of an external or internal check. Now, for when you come to me, I'm going to find out physically, externally, if you've had back problems, knee problems, hip problems, shoulder problems, or any kind of surgeries. Now, I've had back surgery and I've had neck surgery. Number two, he didn't do anything to check internally. So for high blood pressure, I have any kind of medications that someone's on that could change the workout as well. So this was the workout, this was the assessment. And I had to do as many pull-ups as I could in a minute, as many push-ups as I could in a minute. And also, he taught me how to do a kettlebell throw and how many kettlebell throws I could do in a minute. And then I had to run a mile. So that was the assessment. So like I said before, I was not sore the next day. I was physically injured, not for a week, but for actually a month. And I'll tell you why in a second. So you probably know there's a comedian, you probably know the comedian Jeff Foxworthy, and he has something called You Might Be a Redneck If. So don't get offended, but Jeff Foxworthy's stick is called You Might Be a Redneck If on the Blue Collar Tour. So I'm going to have, just kind of make it a little light, and I'm going to say you might not have the right trainer if, and I'm going to give you 5 reasons why. The number 5 reasons why you might not have the right trainer is if you're doing 60-minute workouts. The 4th reason you might not have the right trainer is if you're not doing full body workouts. If you're not focusing on core and balance and stretching, you might not have the right trainer. If you're only doing dumbbells and barbells, you might not have the right trainer. And the number 1 reason why you might not have the right trainer is if that trainer is under the age of 30 and doesn't specialize in men and women over 40, 50, 60. So with my program, basically, I'm going to talk about the top 5 again. So if you're still doing 60-minute workouts, guys, 60-minute workouts, you can get, if you're going to the gym and you're doing the bicycle for 15 and you're walking around the gym and following your trainer around for, you're just not really maximizing your time. We only do 30-minute workouts, and we actually do a 30-minute workout in a circuit-style system. But again, I only do private one-on-ones, and it's my own private studio. But we only do 30-minute workouts. They're very efficient. They're very effective. Number 4, we do full body workouts. So if you and your trainer are still doing, one day you might do chest and back, next day you might go do back and quads or bis and tris, and you're not doing your full body, that worked when you're younger because it's more about vanity, but today is about longevity, and we should actually be doing full body workouts in one session. And yes, you can do it under 30 minutes. Number 3, if he's not focusing on your core, if you're not doing a lot of core work, both statically and dynamically, if you're not doing balance training, if you're not doing stretching, dynamic stretching before you work out and static stretching after you work out, then that might not be the right trainer for you. If you're only doing dumbbells and barbells, as we get older, dumbbells and barbells are great for when we're younger, but we need to move actually more to more bands. Bands, they're less likely of injury, but they give you better time under tension. And again, it's easier to do the form and proper technique. And if you've had injuries, like I have a shoulder injury, 5 pounds, can't do it over my head. Dumbbell or bands, I can do as heavy as you go. I don't know why, but you just can. And if they're trainers under the age of 30, or if they don't specialize in men and women over 40, 50, 60. So I'm 52 years young. I've been doing this for over 30 years. And when I was younger, of course, when I was doing the bodybuilding, in the bodybuilding world, I was training 99% fitness models and also female. And then, of course, I was in the Marines for 4 years, redid the whole series and platoon in the Marines. And then I got into mixed martial arts, trained MMA for 17 years, actually trained fighters for 10 years. And then I got into golf, and that's what I'm actually into right now, is I train golfers, 50 to 75-year-old executives. And when COVID hit, a lot of my golfer clients, they had their wives, in fact, a lot of my buddies, their personal training facilities, they couldn't train anymore, so they kind of had to shut down. I was able to stay open because I was only private one-on-one, so a lot of the female clients actually came to me, and I was just shocked and amazed of what was out there. I don't know what's out there. I've been in this, I basically focus on my training and my clients, and I don't know how the other people do it. I don't even belong to a real gym anymore. I only train in my studio, and I only train how I want to train, and that's a circuit style system. So I'm 52 years old, and and for the last, since 2006, have been working with men and women 50 to 75-year-old executives. And just this year, I started general fitness called Fit Over 40 for men and women over the age of 40, 50, 60 with the circuit style system. And I have trainers that help us as well. So again, that's my take on, you might not have the right trainer. And again, the top 5 reasons are, if you're still doing 60-minute workouts, if you're not doing full body workouts, if they're not focused on core balance and stretching, if you're only doing dumbbells and barbells, then if they're under the age of 30, and not specializing in men and women over 50, you might want to look for another trainer. So again, Chris, Fit Over 40 here in Dallas, Texas. If you live locally, love for you to come in, go through a free workout, do a free assessment, free workout. If you're not locally, I do have an online program I have 2 workouts on it that specializes, and it's only for men and women 40 to 75-year executives. And really what that means is a lot of the information out there are coming from the millennials, and a lot of this body weight stuff, the burpees and the box jumps and the F45s and the Orange Theories. I mean, at our age, we should not be leaving the ground. So we don't do any kind of burpees or anything that's leaving the ground, anything that's going to be hard on the joints. We don't do it. I mean, if you're like me and have back problems, knee problems, and hip problems, I've been pretty hard on my body. I've designed workouts that if I can do it, you can do it. So they're not easy, but they're very, very, very safe, and they're very effective. So again, Chris, Fit Over 40, if you like this content, give me a thumbs up, ring the bell, make sure you subscribe. I put out a new video every week. Also, leave a comment, because your comments, your questions, this question is kind of ironic that, number one, I had a personal experience with a trainer that didn't go so well, but when I opened up for some more clients during COVID, I was just shocked to see that most of the trainers out there were doing exactly what this video is about. And I think, we don't train at 50 like we did at 25. It's not about vanity anymore. It's about longevity. If they're bodybuilders, they're going to train like a bodybuilder. If they're CrossFit, they're going to train like CrossFit. So find the right trainer. Find the trainer that's specialized in men and women over 50. And then feel better, live longer. See you next time.